just learned a lot from the new trailer for the amazing digital circus. However, Gooseworx has been tweeting more and more information about the show, as well as some things we just weren't expecting, like the names of some of the new characters and who they really are. The first thing we see is another screenshot of one of the new characters, which is a yellow alligator. In this photo, we get to see his full body rather than just the headshot we got from the trailer, and we see him standing confidently as if he's waiting for someone. Gooseworx tweeted, "My boy," which honestly makes me think he's going to be a better guy. However, it's possible that he could still be evil, as we know he'll be in the Candy Canyon Kingdom adventure just by looking at the background, and it's possible that he could be a tour guide for the circus members. Or, I guess he could be the sheriff of the Candy Canyon Kingdom, and the circus members would have to somehow find a way to deal with him, or at least sneak up on him to get inside the kingdom. The next thing Gooseworx tweeted was actually a response to someone else named Bimbo. In the tweet, they basically said it's cool that we're getting a new character that looks fun. But then Gooseworx responds by saying that no one is going to be ready for Orbsman, which many people believe will be his real name. And I know that might not sound like much, but that's because no one on the show is going to use it. My theory is that he's just going to be the fast food NPC we saw in the trailer with Jax in fast food form, and that Orbsman is just going to be a customer NPC to bother the circus members and complicate the adventure. Or more accurately, it will probably end up driving Jax crazy and he'll lose his temper, and then he won't get the treasure from the adventure. And so no one will actually use his name since he's just an NPC, and no one will care too much about him to use his real name. And maybe, just maybe, one day Pomni, someone who really cares, will say it. But I'm not too worried about it. However, he doesn't seem to have a mouth, which is interesting, so it's possible that he's actually one of the many NPCs that look just like him, and that they don't really talk much, instead just taking food when the circus performers prepare it for them. Or I could be wrong, and he could actually be talking like Kinger where the body moves, but obviously Kinger doesn't have a mouth. He's well animated though, and they could definitely do the same for Orbsman. Following on from fast food, Gooseworx showed that we've actually been anticipating the next episodes for a long time. On December 9th of last year, she posted a tweet that said, "Seeing fan art that's really close to what's going on in canon later," essentially saying that people are drawing fan art of the actual story of the next episodes without even knowing about this. And so when the trailer came out, and we actually got some real information, Gooseworx decided to tell us that the fan art she was talking about was actually a fast food uniform, which means that even more fan art today could also foreshadow upcoming episodes. But I doubt she'll ever tell us again. But it makes me question it, because drawing Jax in a fast food uniform is a bit funny. But now that we see it actually happening, probably in episode 3, it makes me think that fan art is good and can actually help us, but not all fan art and stuff is actually terrible. The next thing was actually discovered by Glitch, but Gooseworx decided to add to it. Glitch posted a tweet with the same screenshot of the chocolate monster we saw in the trailer, so there's nothing new about the image, but in the caption they said, "It's a fudge monster! It's made of fudge!" Which forces me to correct myself because before I thought he might just be an alligator-type monster and that he just lived in a chocolate lake. But apparently, since he's made of fudge, his entire body literally oozes chocolate. Or, since it's just made from fudge, is it just a chocolate blob? It would be really weird to think about, because if the circus performers had to kill him to get into the Candy Canyon Kingdom, what would they do? Would one of the characters try to eat it? We see that the fudge monster does have teeth, however, if he's made of chocolate and candy. Since his teeth look like candy, why not just eat him back if he tries to eat the circus performers? We know from the pilot episode that they can't actually eat anything, but instead only feel the sensation of eating because Kinger decided to be a nerd emoji and points out to Jax at the end of the episode when Jax says, "I can still be hungry." And Kinger said, "Well, not exactly because we don't need to eat, drink, or sleep in this digital world." So, digital food only creates a virtual sensation of eating without any nutritional benefits, which could mean that they can actually eat as much food as they want, and it will only taste good to them, but not healthy, because they are actually just eating pixels. But we also know from Gooseworx's answer that he never gets enough, which probably means he'll definitely try to eat the circus members to protect the Candy Canyon Kingdom, and hopefully the circus members will be smart enough to eat him back, or at least use a spoon to kill him. And another thing that's really interesting is that Caine may or may not have a wife, but now it can be confirmed by Glitch. In the trailer, they basically begged people to buy souvenirs so they can keep making the show because animation is so expensive. However, in one of the promo videos, they decided to be a bit edgy by making Caine and Pomni plushies, where Caine says, "Oh, Pomni, I overdosed on ketamine and I'm going to die. I miss my wife, Pomni. I miss her so much." Now, you might think this is a random video for fun, but it's Caine's real voice with real plushies from the official Glitch Twitter account. And so we may never see Caine's wife, but it's possible that he did have a wife in his past life before he entered the circus. And if you remember from the original video on the website, we actually saw Caine being transported to the digital circus, and then the trailer plays. And so this could be a reference to lore that will never actually be shown in the episodes, but we'll just know as we dig deep into the details. And the thing is, Caine was actually transported to the circus of his own free will, probably because he was so traumatized by the loss of his wife that he couldn't take it anymore. And it's canon that he just can't feel some emotions, and so maybe can't feel sympathy for the other members of the circus. And why he can't let them go, because if he could feel compassion or sadness, then he would have to mourn his deceased wife. But that's all the new details I could find. But let me know what some of your theories are down in the comments, and I might make it into a video. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video.